I'm Michaela from Pink Pig Financials. We've entered 2023 and everyone is talking about the rise in cost of living. It not only affects us personally, but also our businesses. From the rising energy bills to higher supply costs around the world, we're all looking for new ways to save. So what suggestions do we have to help? Well, every business is different, so there's no single solution. But it is important for you to take the time to sit down and evaluate where you can cut costs to help maximize budgets and prepare for the future. Where should you start? Well, here are 4 top tips on where we see potential for cost cutting. So number 1, stay on top of your spending. Number 2, get negotiating. Number 3, look locally. And number 4, eliminate waste. So number 1, stay on top of spending. Now, the first step is to make sure you're smart with your spending. So our first tip is simple. Make sure you have complete visibility of your finances. This way, all business outgoings can be carefully tracked and unnecessary expenses can be identified. Getting a clearer picture of your habits will help you prioritize what's important for your business growth. And once you have everything laid out, you can then use this to create a comprehensive roadmap to forecast upcoming expenses. Now, here at Pink Pig Financials, we provide management accounts, giving you a complete rundown and tracking of all your income and expenses to give you a clearer picture each month of where your business is heading, including ways to improve. Now, we could say that running your business without management accounts is like driving your car in the dark. You can roughly guess what speed you're driving at by the sound of the wind noise or the vibrations against the car. So this is your sales. However, you can't see which direction you're heading towards, your profitability, or even the upcoming obstacles that you may hit or dip into, like that massive pothole in the road. This would be your shortage in cash. Now, if you can measure it, you can improve it. Then, despite costs and purchases inevitably fluctuating, you will get a better idea on how to stay on top of your outgoings. Number 2, get negotiating. Now, while cutting back on spending on non-essential items is the first step towards building savings, your next move should be to make the most of the money you do spend. Now, if you're a fan of the BBC's The Apprentice, you will have seen this done really well, or more often than not, really badly. Whether you shop around, try to negotiate a lower cost as a loyal customer, or get to know new suppliers who could offer you a one-off deal. It's worth investing your time in looking for the best price. Number 3, sourcing local suppliers and materials can sometimes seem costly upfront, but there tends to be hidden costs when importing too, with shipping costs set to increase and unforeseen custom charges. By the time the goods do arrive, you may be paying more than expected. So when looking locally, these unexpected expenses are often eliminated while quality remains, or in some cases, it's even improved. Now, it's important to remember this isn't always the case when sourcing overseas, but taking the time to find the right supplier will be worth your time and effort, and you can create a huge cost saving in the long run. Number 4, eliminate waste. Now, big and small changes do add up, so eliminating as much waste as possible is another great way to cut costs. Think about how your business uses energy and whether there are more economical ways to do so. Start small by switching off all electrical equipment and lights when they're not in use, or at the end of each day. Switching to LED bulbs, turning down the heating, and investing in better insulation will help bring costs down too. But it's important to know that implementing energy saving policies in the workplace can sometimes be costly at first, especially when investing in energy saving technologies. So it's important to weigh the pros and cons to see if this is the right move for your company. To sum it all up, a smarter way of doing business, there are so many changes you can make to maximize, to manage and minimize your business costs. Whether you go in or take one simple step at a time, what's important is that you sit back and think smartly about your spending. Weigh up which costs are necessary versus those that you could cut back. As costs continue to creep up, more challenges will arise, but know that we'll be on hand to help you manage this change and make the best decisions for your business.